Marina Ponomarenko lives and works in Kyiv. She has a degree in dramatic writing for film and television, and she is a contemporary poetess who gives regular live performances of her work. Her second poetry collection has just been published by Ukraine's Old Lion publishing house. It's not available in English, but it has a wonderful title, which in English might sound something like A Guide to the Precipice and Its Surroundings. I'll open with the poem that started it all off for me. I found it by chance on a public database, traced my way back to Marina's Facebook page, translated the poem, sent the translation to her, and off we went. I suspect that this poem is for many things, but one of those is certainly Marina's beloved Kyiv. Such nights that from them devils tread out wine. A siren serenades a drunken saxophone player, and eternity, that spindle beyond space and time, pierces the city's purple skin, layer by layer. Hearts thump against ribs tucked behind breasts, and souls seesaw like buckets dipping for water. The last trolleybus is on its way to Siretz. The wind at windows howls, the wolves howl louder. The siren's hand is sinuous and fine. Take her green palm. There's no need to be fearful. The river, silver-filled by the full moon, winds like a woven thread to the swan's song, late and soulful. The spindle stops, and everything stops in its tracks. The siren in mid-song breaks down in tears. Odysseus, he's the fellow playing the sax. And Ithaca, the last stop, already here. The next two don't need explaining or even introducing. A plane is rolling onto a runway somewhere in Central Europe, gorged and peaceful, as of the 16th of November 2024. The air raid alert app on my smartphone is loudly and clearly notifying me that the Russians are definitely good and definitely coerced by Putin and launching cruise missiles over the eastern part of Europe. So now this plane and Russian cruise missiles will exist simultaneously in Europe's airspace. But why think about it? Everything is fine here in the central part as of the 16th of November 2024. The plane is taking off and filling my ears. I simply can't find the smartphone wailing in my rucksack. That's why it's so important to put your gadgets into airplane mode. How come you're selling port, red lipstick, cat food, high-heeled shoes, bicycles, banana milk coffee? Where do bananas get their milk from anyway, never mind in wartime? Why are there no queues for bread, candles, ibuprofen and sanitary towels? And I mean drinking water. How come your sewers are still working? Why does your curfew start so late? That reminds me, is Kyiv bombed flat yet? Ooh, hide that photo, sensitive content. You still have public transport. Are the hospitals working? Cinemas? Why is there no compulsory labour? Why are there no military factories where everyone's compulsory labour consists of fret sawing nuts for long-range missiles? Stop asking for long-range missiles. That's escalation. Why isn't music banned in your country and cinemas, hairdressers, cats, football, sex, privately owned cars, social networks, and obviously banana milk? At the end of the day, why is poetry still allowed? Is it even possible after all that's happened? It should have been banned after World War II. What kind of war have you got there? War shouldn't be like this. In your country, everything is always not as it should be. Look at your corruption index. Look at how Chernobyl goes on frying the environment. Look at the way you harass good Russians. How are you still not banned from walking about with your oh-so-proud backbone supported from within by a minute-by-minute awareness of omnipresent death? It's so bleeding beautiful. God knows why. It's fascinating. How come you're still not banned from being alive? You're at war. Behave accordingly. This next poem was written on the 18th of December 2022, the day before St. Mikolai's Day, and it was republished on the 6th of December 2024, which in 2024 was St. Mikolai's Day following a change of policy in Ukraine. In other cultures, Mikolai is also known as St. Nicholas, a 4th century Christian saint renowned for his generosity and compassion, a bringer of gifts and protector of the innocent. Frost in his beard and open cracks in his hands, he goes in to a city lightless and watchful. He gives his password and pass. Dust on his shoes, from the stars and from his wanderings. What should he bring this city, described by its defensive moat? There's fish enough and wine and bread for all. People ask him, will you raise our dead? Or raise us up? At least, don't miss. He goes into a city lit by dreams and stars. He hears them shouting, the guards at the gates, the watchmen on the watchtowers. They see him. They ask for hope and weapons and laugh and bundle themselves in bearskins. Here, this city they prayed for as rockets rained down, the city that they were given and should pass on. Mikolai, bring them tears till crying's done. Bring them at last a good night's sleep.